Yo, yo. Alright, guys. About that time. We're gonna do a quick build video here for the Leaping Dragden. Well, that's what we're calling it for now. But basically, it's just a fat leap build. I've been enjoying it a lot. Getting massive leaps. I've been getting upwards of 20. Been getting upwards of 20, 30k leaps in BGs, the power sigil, but 30k leap. Well, I got a 33k leap with a power sigil. 33k leap, even if it's power sigil, is insane. But even in BGs, I've been getting 20k leaps, massive 20k leaps with just the regular buffing of it all on yourself. We'll go into the whole rotation of everything in a bit here. We're gonna look at the base stats. Basically, no buffs right now. It's kind of what we're looking at here. We got 2 Balorks. I'm going reinforced because of the heavy. Multi-enchant on everything. In-pen on the shoulders. We're going Balorks. I know on a DK base we don't have Earth and Heart, so no blood spawn. Got 1 trainee. Going mechanical acuity axes on the front bar. Got a poison flame. You know, we still have ardent flame, so charged. Nern honed. Give us that little bit of extra. We still want to have, you know, much weapon and spell damage as we can get, so we can have a decent heal, right? Yeah, so we get really high pen weapon damage when we get our leaps. Best thing about this build is every time your mechanical acuity is back up, you're almost guaranteed to have another leap with it. And so we have Monomyth Reforged. We're going to get into all the buffs and debuffs that we have on this build here. So here's the abilities we're rocking. The whip, and I've been hitting big whips. I hit a 15k whip on somebody even on this build. It's insane. Some deep breaths have been hitting for like 10k, 9k, crazy big deep breaths. So we're going 47 into mag. That mag pull nice and decent. 17 into health. We got a 32k HP. Not bad at all. You could even drop some mag if you wanted to, put more into HP if you feel like you need to. Build is not easy to survive on, so some people might need that. Me personally, I like having a big mag pull because I'm not always in a group, and even when I am, I'm not always with that. You know, we're not always like sticking on each other 100%. Nothing into stam, more an Imperial, so we get enough stam from all that. And again, we're Ardent Flame, Chronic Power for the leap, and then Animal Companion. I need to say what we have Animal Companion for. Deep Fissure right here on the front bar. These numbers are unbuffed, by the way. Just massive leaps. Elfsid's Contingency. We're rocking flame damage. We're rocking reduced damage by 8%. You can change that to whatever you want. I've rocked the class mastery. I've rocked the physical damage one. Then we got minor vulnerability on there. Gives us a little bit increased damage when you can get it off. Like I said, this build is not the tankiest. Cannot always get your contingency on everybody. It is rough. It is rough to get that netch on there too, because that 5% netch damage only lasts 5 seconds. And if you can get your combo off in 5 seconds with all the people hitting you, with, you know, getting enough crit from your mechanical acuity, getting enough stacks, with all the immobilizations, the CCs, even through an immovable pot, you don't really get that 5% anyway. But it does give you your major brutality, and it does give you that mag sustain. And then you obviously have Engulfing Flames. A lot of people question me on this. Engulfing Flames, reason why it's good, because many reasons. Flame damage, Cool. That sets off your burning spell weave, which is our back bar set. But increased damage, 6%. Increased flame damage. Mostly all of our big damage is flame damage. So yes, that is huge. Also, it's a good thing if you have that on people and you go to your front bar to get your mechanical acuity procs. That is proccing your mechanical acuity almost guaranteed. There's an almost guaranteed proc on your mechanical acuity when that doesn't crit. Race against time, snare removal, speed boost. That 10% crit damage from the minor force is massive. That paired with 20% because of major force, and the 5% because of minor berserk, and the 10% because of major berserk here. Plus, if you get lucky enough to get that contingency on the people that you want to hit. Plus, if you can have the engulfing flames on them as well. This is where this build gets a little tough to get everything out of. There's a lot of little buffs and debuffs you need to be having on people to get all the damage out of this build. It looks easy, but if you want to get those 20k leaps, 23k leaps, I've had that in Cyrodiil. If you want to get those 18, 19, 20, 23k leaps, you gotta have all these little tiny details on. You have to make sure that your shulks hit them. You have to maybe even get a good amount of, ultimate on that leap. But all said and done, you gotta get all these little things. I'm gonna show you guys a clip of the perfect setup of the combo on this build. It's gonna be in here. And the heal is gonna have healing, Druid's Resurgence. You can put anything else you want there in the middle. I even went with the little hot heal. And then you need the Major Resolve. This is like the key to this build. It's so rough to get that Major Resolve on yourself, because it always wants to go to anybody else. But you have to, we have to do it, because this is just the only way the build works. We got for our CP, we got Boast, a little bit of extra direct damage right there, especially if you can get it before the leap. That's massive. Resilience. Everybody's critting out here. Untamed Aggression, Focused Mending. You can swap that with whatever you want. I don't usually use Focused Mending. I think I have that on there by accident. My bad. I usually have something else on there. A little bit more damage. Pain's Refuge, Sustained by Suffering, Survival Instincts, Clarity. And yeah, man, this build, it's insane. We got the Atral in here for that mag sustain. Like I said, this build, when you're by yourself, it can be rough, but it feels very rewarding when you get those good leaps. You really want to make sure, that you got that survival that makes you comfortable, sustain that makes you comfortable, all the fun stuff. We got one Swift on here. You don't really need the Swift. You can be infused if you want. I think I had the Swift for I was moving the build around. I took this off, Race Against Time, and I moved the Netch over. I took the Healing Soul off. I put Hardened Armor, OAG on. It's okay, but talk about the build lacking survivability. Man, that lacks survivability there. Even with my minor protection, and major protection, it's still rough. But ever since I put this 8% on, it's felt a little bit better. I had that 8%. I have minor and major on the back bar. And that feels pretty nice sometimes. Really need it. Yeah, but... And this build has been a blast for me. I have been having so much fun on this. Again, make sure you're getting those debuffs, buffing yourself at the right times. This build is gonna do absolute destruction for you. Appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys enjoy this build if you try it out. Man, I have. Appreciate you. Peace.